Hi there, my name is Christy, and I'm going to do a reading for all four elements. There will be earth, air, fire, and water. We're going to do a reading with a regular deck of playing cards. This is called cartomancy. And whatever element your sun sign is, so if you're Scorpio, Pisces, or Cancer, then you are going to pay attention to the water reading. Now, if you know a lot about your chart and like say for instance you know your moon or your rising sign, you can watch the element that applies to that as well, and it will also be your reading. This reading is timeless, so whenever you find this video, it will apply to you. And as an experienced reader, I know that all readings cannot and will not resonate for everyone, so if it does resonate for you, please comment below, and I'll be happy to answer any questions that you post in the comments. Okay? Thank you. So I'm going to start this out with just a little bit of a prayer. Great Spirit, the source of all that is, thank you for lending me the universal energy to complete this reading with love and with light. May all my guides, ascended masters, loved ones, angels, guardians, come forward to me at this time to assist me in bringing forth the messages to those who watch. Much love and much light, and thank you for all that is. Okay, so let's start with earth signs. All right, here we go. Earth, air, fire, water. Okay, earth signs. You have an inner. Oh, by the way, I didn't mention this at the beginning. This is a weekly reading, so I will try to start posting these once a week. So, and for me here in Saudi Arabia, where I'm posting from right now, it is early, like 1 or 2 a.m. Sunday morning. So next Sunday, I will be posting a new video. If you want to stay tuned. So this one is for all earth signs. So my earth signs, you got a beautiful spread here. I just want to show it to you real quick. You have 3 hearts and a diamond. So that means there's a lot of love available to you right now. A lot of love coming into your realm, into your life. In the beginning of your week, it will be filled with love relationships. It will be a matter of the heart with people who are close to you, like partnerships or friendships or family members that are in your home. It could also be with your job that you love or a project that you love. Close partnerships that are loving. They may have some conflict because this is inverted, but that doesn't mean that the rest of the week won't help resolve that. So that's just kind of what the topic of the week is for you going to be. All right, and then you have the Nine of Hearts, which is a completion of situations. And when I say the early card, the first card was the Two of Hearts. That's there's a possibility of conflict because it was inverted. This card is also inverted. So it's a completion of emotional extremes. So that's probably what this conflict, that's the signal of early in your week. There's a lot of emotional extremes that are going to come to a completion, be wrapping up. You'll be going along your normal way of dealing with the loves in your life, with a sense of love, with an attitude of love, and there's going to be an obstacle that creates an emotional extreme. and that's just going to wrap up. That's going to come to a head and wrap up for you. All right, and then as the week progresses, more like around Thursday or Friday, you're going to have a person, a male, a masculine energy, not necessarily a male, masculine energy that is very sweet, very filled with happiness and merriment and joy and delighted. And I believe it's these emotional extremes wrapping up that allows the room for this person to come forward into your life. They're very generous and very sweet, so the love that they have, they tend to give, and they're just real feel-good people. And this person's going to be inspiring to you to exert your will. You have your final card for the week is the Ace of Diamonds. This is the I Will card. Now this is the beginning of all fortune. I will this job to be mine by filling out this resume, by going to the interview on time with all my I's dotted and T's crossed. I will succeed in this journey. And you've gotten the inspiration from all of these love experiences earlier in your week. They've taught you a lot, and this generous person has helped you feel courageous in moving forward and taking a new step, a new beginning. This could mean like a new job, because this definitely has to do with finances and career. Okay? All right, that was so cool. All right, that was for my earth signs. Give the cards a shuffle here. We're going to do air signs next. Again, this is from a regular deck of cards called cartomancy when you do rings. Earth, wow, air, fire, and water. Okay, so there's a lot going on for air signs. I'm going to give you guys a glance of your cards here. All right, so you have 2 diamonds, so there's some financial matters. All right, and then you have this air sign card and an earth sign card. And heaven is a heavenly number. Ace is the beginning of things. 5 is the number of change. And 9 is the number of completion. Now I'm going to give you the intuitive interpretation here. The beginning of your week is the start of a financial situation. This is the I Will card. This came up for the earth signs as well, but this is the beginning of your week instead of the end. Something you have decided that you will do is beginning. Now, on along come Tuesday or Wednesday, there is going to be... Okay, so this card came in inverted, but it also, which means the things that I'm about to say to you may be past, or you may have a way of overcoming it yourself. So in other words, because you know the situation is kind of upside down, you know how to turn it right side up. And because this is the card of confusion and chaos, a lot of mental energies are scattered. You're not focused. Definitely your energies and your your thought processes are all over the place on Tuesday or Wednesday. And then you got the Sword of Truth inverted. So that tells me that Sword of Truth is Archangel Michael carries the Sword of Truth. It's a way of cutting away the crap, the bullshit, the lies. And being upside down, that tells me that you're either unaware of the ability to do this or you're not using your ability to do this. And so I ask you to call in Archangel Michael to loan you the right side up Sword of Truth so that you may cut away some of that for you. That will help lift the confusion and chaos if it hasn't already by like Thursday or Friday. And turn both of these cards right side up for you, because you will need it by week's end, because this is the card of burdens, and these are mental burdens, mental stress, and it all stems from this new beginning in a financial area of your life. The Sword of Truth is also in the financial area, so that tells me that, or in the area of wealth, because diamonds is fire, the sign of wealth. All of this stems from this this new beginning you've started, and so these burdens are mental, as in mental stress. Maybe you've taken on too much on your plate. Maybe all the chaos and scattered energies in the beginning of your week have stressed you out. So I'm definitely encouraging you, call on your archangels, call on your guides, your spirits, your inner strength to take these burdens and ask for help. Just kind of say, take these from me, Spirit. Just take this from me, because this is a little much. I got myself a little bit in over my head. And self-care. It's a time for self-care. You need to take on Saturday, before you start again on Sunday, maybe even, definitely do some detoxing, some salt baths, some spiritual detoxing, some, just have a venting session with someone. Do some meditation, some yoga, something that's really good and solid self-care, and that will help you understand what the messages of this week are bringing forward to you. I tell it like it is. I don't sugarcoat it or soften the blow, because Spirit likes me to be brutally honest. So those are your messages. No airy-fairy stuff from me. All right. I love you very much, both my earth and air signs. Thank you for watching my video, and please share it. All right, here we go. We're going to do fire signs next. My passionate Aries, Sagittarius, and Leo. There we go. Kids are really fun. I like playing with fire. I myself am a water sign, so we'll see how that turns out for us. All right, Great Spirit, what messages do you have for fire signs today, for this week? Earth, air, fire, water. Okay. All right, so I'm going to show you guys your layout here. So there's a little bit of variety going on there. You guys aren't really feeling your own energy, though. This is a lot of external energy. There's no diamonds in the fire reading. There's been a lot of water energy, a lot of deep emotions in everyone's reading so far. There's lots of hearts showing up today. But then you also have the clubs and the spades, which is air and earth here. The number 3 is a prosperity and luck. Number 2 is partnerships. 4 is the number of stability and foundation. And 6 is the number of love as well. So what we have here now, I will give you the intuitive reading off of this. You have made, okay, so this card came in inverted. So you've made a wish, and because you've decided on what it is that you want, you've made a wish, but because it was upside down, maybe you were indecisive about it, or maybe the wish isn't coming true as fast as you want. And I know fire signs can be impatient, so that's how the beginning of your week is going to start out, which is not the greatest good foot to have right off the bat. However, it is definitely not a bad sign because of the prosperity of the 3. It's a very grounded decision, a very earthly decision that you've made. And oh, this is very good though. Around Tuesday or Wednesday, you're going to have really good connection with loves, partnerships, people you're partnered up with, someone in business that you're partnered up with, someone in your home, in your life, like your lover, your spouse. It could also be a close relationship you have with a child or a pet. But 2 speaks of partnerships and loves that are partnered up. It can also mean like the love that you have of art, or the love you have for dancing. But this is very prominent around Tuesday or Wednesday for you. And then around Thursday and Friday, you guys receive the 4 of Hearts, which is also inverted. This wind, this is the south wind card, and it is normally it's the card of harmony and agreement, but because it's inverted, there is not going to be as much harmony and not as much agreement as you would like. It's if you think of the winds coming up from the south, they're very warm and balmy, kind of humid, but still gentle and loving and kind of harmonious. Well, imagine that a little bit flipped. On Thursday or Friday, so you will, in order to turn this around for yourself and bring this card right side up and get this wish to come true, you'll need to find a way in your heart. Too many notifications. You'll need to find a way in your heart to come to an agreement, to create the harmony. Maybe it's through compassion. Maybe it's through forgiveness. Maybe it's through just understanding someone else's perspective. But this has to do with stability in your home too, in your home life. Okay, so it's very important that you address these situations. It could mean the stability within these love relationships. Maybe they're the people you need to lean on for support during this, in order to bring harmony back in its upright position. And then, okay. And it's because this harmony is turned upside down. If you're unable to turn it right side up, if you're unable to look to that love and that support, you're going to experience this around Saturday or Sunday. And it's not the greatest of news. This is the card of ruins. This is about things are delayed. This wish you've made is delayed. Maybe you just made the wish and you've neglected to follow through with it. This is like the season of winter. It's kind of inevitable for all things. All things are born and all things die. And what you're left is the decay. So through neglect or disharmony, the runes have come to play by week's end. So in order to this is a good time at the end of the week for you to take some time alone, maybe get some privacy, kind of isolate yourself from outside influences, even the loves in your life, to really get to know what it is that needs to be cleared away. Because if you think of the winter season, you know, when spring comes around, there's a lot of dead leaves and sticks and stuff that's been, you know, stuck under the snow, and it's all melted off, and you know, you got to go outside and clean it up before the grass and the flowers and everything starts to bloom well, you know. So it'll be a great time for you to go within yourself and decide what things you want to keep for the coming spring season when the thaw happens, and what things you want to throw out. Let go of the things that don't work anymore. All right. Thank you guys so much. That was for my beautiful fire signs. And I wish you guys a lot of love and light. It looks like you're going to have a difficult week, but that's okay, because you are loved. You are valued. You're a great part of this journey, and we couldn't do it without you. All right, just one moment. Okay. Here we go. The final reading for this video, you guys, is going to be for water signs. That'll be Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio. Earth, air, fire, water. Well, we have definitely a difficult week ahead of us. I think this looks like the most difficult of all the readings I've done. Just to show you, there's no red in it. It's all black, which is not always bad. Okay, you have the 6 is the number of love. 4 is the number of foundations. And then you have a male, masculine influence and the beginning of something. The good thing about our reading is that we have a positive new beginning at the end of it. At the end of this week, this coming week. So the 6 of clubs is it's the bridge. It's a transition. I like to think of this card as like the fall, like the season of the fall. So it's the bridge between summer and winter. So things are dying. The leaves are turning colors. They're not quite dead yet. There's still life in them, but it's autumn. You're getting your jackets out. You're lighting your bonfires, stoking up the fireplace. You're harvesting the crops and bringing them in to have plenty for the winter. And that's a necessary part of the season of life. So, you know, it's not really depressing. Actually, it's great for me because I'm a Scorpio, which is November, which is the fall. So I actually feel good in this period with this card. But it did come in for us inverted. So there's going to be some of us who are in fear of this, who are fighting this, who are not going along with the flow, or fighting this process. So don't do that. And how do you not do that? Okay, so I would say to turn that card right side up, to be more in the flow of the seasons and acceptance of what you're going through, is to, you know, think of a tree. And it's really cool that I'm thinking of that right now, is I have a tree ring on that I just got. It's a Tree of Life ring. I love this ring. I just bought it here. I'm in Saudi Arabia. I just went to the bazaar and got me a trinket. Think of yourself as the tree. and your leaves are turning, and some of them are falling, and you're not actually dying, just like your external shell is kind of dying off because it's a necessary part, it's the sloughing. It's one of the most beautiful times a year for a tree because of the turning of the colors. You've got all these new beautiful colors to show the world, and you're completely at home with this process because you're the tree. So that will help in turning that negative feeling, that negative attitude that you have about this process away. I personally am having an issue with missing someone who is, leaving, and I don't want to let them go, but I want them to go because it's for their highest good, but it sucks for me, and so I'm having to learn to let go of that sadness and that sense of, I don't want them to leave, kind of, because it's not for their best interest. It's not for mine either. And then we have around Tuesday or Wednesday, the Four of Spades, which is the north wind, a very cold, forceful, powerful energy. If you think of the winds coming in from the north, they're very much cold and powerful and forceful. And this comes after the season of fall, so it feels like water signs, you guys are really going with the flow of things. And this card did come in upright, so we're expecting the winter. That's why some of us are trying to fight it, because we know the winter's coming. We're very intuitive signs, and we see it coming, so we're resisting. So if you'll let go of that resistance, the week will tend to flow through more quickly and easily, because you have a masculine force, a king of spades. He's very dominating energy. He can be heartless, but he gets things done. He's powerful. He's been through many battles, and he knows that war is, for him, it's a means to an end. And so this is the battle of the spirit being won. Okay, you have won, you've been victorious. You may have had to force your way through in order to get there, but you've achieved that by Friday or Saturday. All right, and then our final card for our final reading for water signs, we'll wrap up this video, is the Ace of Clubs, which is the I Dream card. Now, this is an earth element card. So to me, this means you're dreaming of something very much real, that's in form, that's material, that's like dreaming of a new car that you know you can afford soon because it's possible for you. Dreaming of a new home, dreaming of some new beginning in the world of form. I want to say possibly I'm dreaming of a better body. I've gained a lot of weight recently, and so it's just a hormonal change, something I'm going through, and to begin to dream of that is a possibility that I know I can achieve. And so that's a really optimistic, positive way to wrap up the end of the week for us on Friday and Saturday. So I recommend anybody out there who is watching this portion of the video, and remember at the beginning of the week that this dream is going to start to unfold for you very soon if you can manage to muddle through this time of the seasons flowing and changing. This is the thought. This is the spring. We've gone through the fall and the winter. We've had the battle won, and now we're about to experience the thaw, the after the freeze. The dream is going to become possible. We're going to be inspired to dream big. Okay? All right. Thank you guys so very much for being a part of my element reading. And if you watch this video now or in the future, it was timeless. And if you would kindly share out to other places, I really appreciate it. You can also find me on YouTube and Instagram. All right. Thank you very much. Much love. Much light. To all of you. Take care.